First, we have Sophie, and I'll call you up. Page 55. I got the big prayer book there, so you can, or you also have it. Good.
Because I'm not good at keeping my place.
Okay.
Wait, so where am I right now? Things for
Right up here. Okay. Well, let me show you where you guys are going to stand.
dyslexia, we don't know.
Oh, that's we're going to stand. This is your mic, so you're going to kind of stand. There you go. And he'll pick you up. And Mike is back there and doing the microphones.
Hi, Mike.
So no, so no worries.
Do I look
okay?
like? Do I go
and
like
then,
this,
so then
or do I
have
stand
Patty
like?
And then Lily third. Now, when you speak, you can stand regular. Everybody, please wish your neighbor a Shabbat Shalom. Yep. So this is a very special Shabbat. I'm so honored to be sharing the Bima today with some wonderful people and our three wonderful campers. The third one will be coming soon. She's in another part of the building. She's coming up. But Sophie, Lily, and Hattie will be speaking a little bit about summer camp, and what we did today was you should have a actual sheet with some lyrics. Okay, if you got that. We have those? Okay, some of you have it. That's okay. All right. And hi. And on those sheets are some different melodies we're going to do today. And some of these are some melodies that the kids do at camp. So we're going to start with a Hine Matov on page 10. And when we say Hine Matov, how good it is that we are all here together. So you'll get the gist of this melody in about a minute as we start doing it. Page 10, Hine Matov. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Let's try that. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. And it goes like this. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Ready, girls? How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Judging by the smiles and everyone rocking, I think this is going to be a wonderful service tonight. So we are going to continue on page 6. I'm going to turn back to page 6. We'll read responsively, bottom of the page. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have... May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. Great. And just to let you know how the evening's going to go tonight, before we call our campers up to do the blessing for the candles, our campers are going to tell us a little bit about their camp experience, which is going to be wonderful. And then they're also going to be doing some readings as we get a little later in our service. But we are going to start. We're going to turn back to page 2. We're going to invite Sophie, Hattie, and Lily to come on up on page 2 for the candles. Come on up, girls. And you guys actually, can you guys all read from this one? Is that right? You guys move over to the candles over there. Okay, so we can read the English, and we'll hold it up so you can all see it. Page 2.
As the Shabbat candles give light to all who live on them, so may we light by our lives give light to all who love us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled the light, so may we in our name be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And let us sing together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu Vitzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Girls, can you just read the very end in the English at the bottom?
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with your word, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Thank you. You can have a seat. Wonderful job. Beautiful job. We're going to continue on page 20, L'chado D, as we welcome the Sabbath bride. And we're going to do a melody that we sometimes do here. It might be a little different for everybody. Page 20, L'chado D. And at the very end, I'll signal when we'll rise and face the back of the sanctuary to welcome the Sabbath bride. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, 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 pnei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, 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 pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Shamor v'zachor, b'dibor echad, hishmiyadu, elam Yuchad, Adonai Echad, Ushmo Echad, L'Shem U'Tiferet, V'hi Tila. Everyone, L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadadai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadadai, 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 Pnei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chad Shabbat, l'chu b'necha, ki mechor habracha, mirosh mechedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'mashavat techila. Everybody, l'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, 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 pnei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, yadada, pnei Shabbat, nekabela. We rise and face the back of the sanctuary. We welcome the Sabbath bride. Bovi shalom, ateret bala, gam besimcha, uvsola, tel chemune, am sigola, boi chala, boi chala. You may be seated. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, 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 pnei Shabbat, nekabela. L'chadodi, l'chad kala, yadada, 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 pnei Shabbat, nekabela. Page 27, we read middle of the page. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise. At each morning and night, you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before. Lest routine set my ways. So before we rise for the Baruch Hu, we have a little bit of a different melody today. And this is one that the girls said that they know from camp. So we're going to try it. I'm just going to teach it to everybody. Then what we'll do after we teach it, we'll open the ark, we'll rise, we'll sing it one more time, and then the actual Baruch Hu prayer. But it's really easy. It goes like this. It should be on your sheet. It's called Am I Awake? Goes like this. Yada da da da, 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 Yada-da-da. And it goes like this. Can you hear? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Everyone. Yada-da-da-da. 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 Yada-da-da. You try it. Yada-da-da-da. 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 Yada-da-da. We ask you to rise as the ark is opened. Baruch Hu et Adonai et HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed. Everyone, yadadai. Yadadai-dai-dai. 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 We can shut the ark, fellas. Beautiful, and we can all have a seat. Girls, I told you, this congregation learns new melodies very easily. This is really good. Page 30. Middle of the page, we'll read in the English. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time, changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness, darkness from light, transforming day into night, distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv haravim. Page 33. As a gateway into the Shema, we read God teaching us Torah. Top of the page, we'll read together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Hamo Yisrael. And as we turn on page 34 to the Shema, we do a melody that was very popular in Israel in the early 70s by a composer of blessed memory, Zvika Pick, who was the original Jewish rock star in Israel. And he was the first one that set the Shema to a different melody. It did come against some opposition because the Shema was the Shema, but it became very beloved, and it's one of my favorite melodies. So if you know it, please sing out Shema on page 34. And I think the girls know this one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. A little softer. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And for our traditionalists, we'll rise for the traditional Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Vaed. You may be seated. And after the Shema, we turn to page 36. The V'ahavta, during the Shema, we tell God, we know God is one, Hear, O Israel, and the V'ahavta tells us how we can love God and in what ways we should love God. So let's all join together, top of page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'elech asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lechem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 39, top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, and the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. And we're going to, in lieu of Michamoka today, we're going to turn to our Shabbat handouts, and we'll be singing Miriam's song about Moses' sister Miriam being the first woman to step foot into the Sea of Reeds as the waters parted. Traditionally, it was Nachshon, a man who went first, and then there was a lot of trepidation, and Miriam, being the woman of valor that she was, took her timbrel, and I know Cynthia was going to bring her timbrel today. We don't have any timbrels, but having the girls up here, this is very empowering. Miriam took that step into the water, and everyone followed her, not just the women. This wonderful song reframes Miriam as both a literal and symbolic trailblazer, breaking barriers and forging a new path for herself and for women in history. just like our campers on the Bema today, Lily, Sophie, and Hattie. So I think it's very appropriate that we sing about Miriam. So we are going to sing. If you don't know it, we're going to do 3 verses. We'll expect you know it by the 3rd verse, okay? All right. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of her neat variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances towards the light. Try to join us on the chorus. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. Let's see if we can sing the 2nd verse together. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. Everyone join us, here we go. And followed. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. Last verse. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song. She sang with praise and might. Lily, Sophie, and Hattie, we've just seen a miracle. We're going to dance tonight. Everybody! And the women dancing their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced the whole night long. Very good. Lots of energy out there. The adults, you really did great on that one. Okay. We're going to turn to page 42. And let's read in the English middle of the page. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapurei suchat shalom, aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. And on page 42, right at the top of the page, that same page, we have Hashkivenu. We're going to do something that my rabbi growing up never said we could do in temple, a mashup. Okay, for those of you who don't know mashup, I thought that would get more of a reaction. Okay, so that's a prayer and a song kind of put together. So there's a wonderful song that they sing at camp, and I think the girls know this one, called One Day by Matisyahu. And the kids nowadays are doing these mashups, so we're going to try it. So top of page 42, we're going to sing Hashkivenu, and then we're going to sing One Day. And the words should be on your sheet, your extra sheet. Okay. Top of 42. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Ushmor tzedkenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Okay, one day, if you know it, sing it with us. Sometimes I lay on the moon and thank God I'm breathing. And I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I'm here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. 'Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more war, and the children will say, one day, one day, one day. Can you try one day? One day, one day, one day. Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidei shomreinu l'chai. That was really good. Beautiful. Thanks, girls. We are now going to move on page 46 to our tefillah. We remember our ancestors, those who came before us, and we're going to Adonai Sfatai. We're also going to do a little extra melody that some of you may know, that it's a lot of fun. So if you're able, please rise as the ark is opened. Page 46. We'll start with this little song. Adonai Sifatai tiftach ufia gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your Anananananana Adonai. Anananananana Sfatai tiftach. Anananananana Ufi Agid. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Anananananana Adonai. Anananananan Sfatai tiftach. Ananananana Ufi Agid. Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Adonai Sifatai tiftach Ufi Agid Tehilatecha. Together, page 48. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot Umevi Gula Lifnei V'nechem Lemon Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer Umoshiach Umagen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Yitzrat Sarah. As we turn to page 50, please note we are now reading the line that says winter instead of summer. Even though we're in Texas, we're going to say winter. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol atah rav le'oshia, mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, mechalchel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. Somek noflim verofech olim, umatir asurim, umekaye emunato, lishenei afar, micha mocha bal gevurot, umito melach, melech memid, umechaye, umatzmiak Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lechayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Page 52. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yalu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We can shut the ark, please, fellas. Thank you. And everyone can have a seat. So now it is my pleasure. I'm going to call the girls up one at a time. They're going to lead us in some short readings. And let me see, I'm getting everything ready up here for you girls. Okay. We're going to begin with Sophie, who is going to read on page 55 at the top of the page.
These hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. And may all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise.
And let's read together. Baruch atah Adonai. Mekadesh HaShabbat. Beautiful job, Sophie. We only hire the best here at Temple. Now I'd like to call up Hattie, who will read on page 57. It's right below the Hebrew at the top of the page.
Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'ot ha'laved,
Bira na'avot. Beautiful job, thank you. And now I'd like to call up Lily, who will lead us on page 59, God of Goodness.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ucha na'eh v'hodot. Thank you. Girls, the future is bright at our temple. I have to tell you, that was wonderful. We're now going to take a few moments of silent prayer, and thank you, girls, for those wonderful readings that got us in the mood to be reflective. So now we'll take a couple of moments for your own thoughts. We'll continue with a song of peace on page 60, Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon, Lecho hashalom, ki ata melech adon, Lecho hashalom. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, v'chol עת ובכל שעה b'shlomecha. Please join us. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Page 253. As we turn to the Misha Berach, we wish for healing not only for those who are ill, but we wish for help for their caregivers. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. Chelsea Tipton, Bishop Emeritus Curtis Guillory, William Spector, Natalie Fetch, Lawson Helms, Eleanor Crum, Dawn Berger, Joel Berger, Charmaine Berry, Robin Goebel, Orville Husband, Mark Fertitta, Mike Mayfield, Rabbi Daniel Alter, Ian Barth, Chad Tupper, Bailey Hayes, Al Dugan, and Adie Armstrong. And as we go around the sanctuary, if anyone else is in need of healing, please say his or her name out loud. Anybody? Back? Girls, anybody that needs healing? Okay. George Simon. Middle of page 253. We'll sing together. Misheberach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Le'imoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imoteinu Mikor HaBracha Le'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for all of their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say, Amen. So in 1 minute, I'm going to call up our wonderful campers who are doing so great, helping me lead the service. I think I need them every week. Now this is, you bring it to a level. You don't want to go below that level. But right before they come up, just a little bit about our Torah portion. In this week's Torah reading, Parsha Vayira, which can be found in Genesis chapters 18 to 22, we read about several key events in the life of Abraham and his family. A visit of the angels. The 3 angels visit Abraham, announcing the birth of his son Isaac at the very spry age of, 100, 108 at this point? Maggie should know that. And informing him of the impending destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. The destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham intercedes on behalf of the cities, but they are ultimately destroyed due to their wickedness, with Lot and his family being saved. The birth of Isaac, Sarah miraculously gives birth to Isaac, fulfilling God's promise, and the binding of Isaac. God commands Abraham to sacrifice his son, but at the last moment an angel stops him, and a ram is offered as a substitute. So we'll be delving into all this tomorrow morning at our Torah study, so please join us. And if not in person, please Zoom in. We'll be on Zoom as well. But as a segue now, I'd like to invite our wonderful young ladies to talk a bit about their summer camp experiences. So we're going to start with Sophie. There you go.
I love summer camp. I get to be with my friends. Summer camp is so fun, and I get to learn more about how to be Jewish. My favorite activities at camp are baking and art. My favorite camp food is the orange chicken and the Shabbat brownies. I can't wait to go back.
Very nice. And I liked the orange chicken when I went to camp too, so that was very good. Thank you, Sophie. I'd like to now call up Lily to tell you about her experiences with summer camp.
My experience this summer at GFC was amazing. The Shabbats, campfires, all my activities, and friends. I loved every single moment at camp. I'm so glad I got to be with Hattie and Sophie this year. They were my favorite people at camp, and they were always there for me. We would always dance and be together on Shabbat night. One of my favorite things at camp was Friendship Circle. Friendship Circle was where everyone held hands and kept walking into circles until we finally made a spiral. After that, we would sing, pray, and listen to all my favorite staff members' speeches as we all cried along with them. My second favorite thing at camp was campfire. At campfire, we all gathered together every Saturday night, and much like Friendship Circle, we all would cry, pray, and sing. But all of our tears were happy tears. I learned so much and more about our religion. I couldn't imagine not going to camp every summer. Camp will always be my favorite place away from home.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And now Hattie, please come on up and tell us a little bit about camp.
For me, camp has been an amazing experience with tons of learning opportunities and lifelong friendships. One of my favorite things we do is sing songs. My favorite thing about them is the lesson you learn in every song. My favorite camp song talks about bringing peace down to us. It reminds me to try to make peace of things that are harder to find peace in. Another one of my favorite things we do at camp is our activities, like art, guitar, and cooking. I feel like camp has made me a better person, and I hope to keep going back every year. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Can we give our girls a Shabbat clap? And girls, I want to thank you so much for that. And thank you so much, because it's hard to come up on the bima, and that was so nice hearing about your experiences. And I think we have a fourth camper who's coming up with our announcements. Okay. We don't know this other camper, but I think she's going to come up and tell us something. Cynthia, come on up.
I'm not so much a camper as the parent of a camper, but I absolutely adore Green Family Camp, which is where these girls have spent their summers. I also want to make notice that all of our prayers have come true, and we will continue to pray for you, Rabbi Daniel Alter, because You are ours from Temple Emanuel, and you're ours from Green Family Camp as well. So we're just really happy that you're here with your parents tonight, and bless you and bless your caregivers because you are looking good. It's always fun to go to Green Family Camp, and my favorite experience is Shabbat, of course. And the reason that it's my favorite time is because I get to be with these young ladies. I'm always appreciative when they find me when it's time for the adults to be in the room, and they are very thoughtful to each other, but they're also very thoughtful to me. I've been in their little circles, and I've seen them dancing, and it's been a joy. And I've watched several of our children to go through camp and to enjoy camp that much. We have Mr. Camp himself over here in the form of one of our ARC openers and closers, and that is Sam Rutman. You probably know him for all the things that he is known for at Green Family Camp and across the state because of his involvement in Bodie, and therefore in, what is it called in Texas? Nifty Tour, okay. But I want to thank you for being on the Bema. I want to thank you, Caleb, for being on the Bema. Rabbi, thank you for doing this. I was not aware that we would not have other musicians, but you have made the room joyful, and you have provided us with the music that we definitely needed tonight. So thank you for helping us to celebrate Camp Shabbat.
Thank you.
I wanted to also thank Caleb as well as Emily and Jeff Wheeler. They're our hosts and hostesses tonight. Want to wish a happy birthday to Mindy Eisen on the 16th, to Rita Davis on the 18th, to Kathy Johnson on the 19th, and to Susan Margolis on the 20th. We have 4 in a row, and it really is nice to, I hope that there's at least some of them are listening, but if not, be sure you call them and wish them happy birthday. Happy anniversary to Lindsay and William Spector. Mike, please tell your son and daughter-in-law that we wish them well on their anniversary. Torah study is not only this Saturday, but it's also next Saturday, since Rabbi will be here 2 weekends, these next 2 weeks together. And just a reminder there, if you'll look about the Shangri-La visit, that's a special, the ABC committee is one of our special committees at the temple. They provide entertainment for the entire building, or in our case, both buildings. And I believe it's called All Building, help me out, Laura, Connections. I'd rather just stay with the ABC committee. It flows perfectly. But they're going to the Shangri-La tomorrow after lunch, and I hope that some of you will meet them where they're planning to have lunch and where they're planning to meet for that exciting outing. Wear your jackets. I think it's going to be a little chilly, at least at the beginning, but I think you'll warm up as you walk around the gardens. They're beautiful, and we don't always get to go in there and see them, so it's really special that they're open tomorrow and that you and whoever goes with you will see them. There's no other announcements. We just wish you well, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks, Cynthia.
Make sure I don't take your things.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to join me at the end for Ojevo? Do you know Ojevo Shalom?
And Michael Hendricks, thank you so much for keeping us where you can hear everyone from the Bema, and also for making certain that you take care of those who are on Zoom. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia, and thank you, girls, again, for making this so special for us. Thank you. I know everyone enjoyed it. I can see them smiling the whole time, so I know from my vantage point that they really enjoyed it. So we are going to continue on page 259. As the ark is opened, we'll rise the prayer for Israel. Page 259. Thank you, guys. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And let us say, Amen. We turn to page 282 for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot hadama, shelo sam chelchenu kahem, vigor aleinu kichol hamonam, Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Page 287. Venemar vehaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, ushemo echad. And shut the ark. Thank you. We'll remain standing on page 294 for the mourner's Kaddish. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We mark Shloshim for Harold Rudin, and the yahrzeits of Molly Vaxler, Mabel Goodman Krager, Willie Ray Harris, Evan Roscoe Hawes, Louis Lipschitz, David Shapiro, Samuel Sanso, Bella Mayer Bluestein, Kathleen Carabell, Jimmy Goodman Williams, Lena K. Lowenstein, Meyer Krasno, Sadie Williams Schlappick, Lilial Adler, Betty Bogan, Clara Davis, Alexander Feigelson, Meyer Goodman, Leah Greenberg, Miriam Bogan Rogers, Kalman Walker. We also remember the Israelis, including members of the IDF, who have died since October 7th, 2023, as well as the innocent people of Gaza and any of those who passed away due to the natural disasters of the past month. We're also going to go around the sanctuary. If we're remembering anyone else tonight, please say his or her name out loud as I point to you. Anybody? Okay. Anybody up here? The words of the mourner's Kaddish are on page 294. Let's join together. Yitkadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'almad yivrach hirutei v'hamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yimechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yesh me rabbah mevarach v'alam omeil maya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yipa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei kedusha brechu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to all of us and to Israel. And let us say, Amen. Our concluding song will be page 353, O Javo Shalom Aleinu. I'm going to invite Sophie, Lily, and Hattie to join me up at the stender so we can all sing together. Now, there were some wonderful, wonderful reasons. We have the girls up here. We had a wonderful service. And I also heard, importantly, that the desserts downstairs are going to be out of this world. So we've really kicked it up a notch in honor of our campers. Page 353, the girls are going to help me. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu, peace will surely come to us. To everyone, salam. Here we go. Girls, you ready? All right, let's do it. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kula. Everyone. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kula. Salam, salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam. All right, girls, let's do it. O Javo. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. Ve'al kol. Beginning. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom Aleinu. O Javo, Shalom. 4-part harmony. Ready? Ve'al kol. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, ladies. We will see you downstairs in a few minutes for our blessings.